Hi, my name is Akan, and this is my vlog on the coaching process. The outline of today's vlog will start off with the coaching process and the theory and research surrounding it. Then the session content before analyzing my coaching behavior and providing interventions for improvement at the end. So, looking at the coaching process. Even though it to some extent can be intuitively easy to imagine, it could be somewhat hard to precisely explain. The overall aim is to improve athlete performance through aiding their learning and improvements of particular skills. This could include principles underpinned by physiology, psychology, technical, and tactical. Within the coaching process, a range of factors can be evaluated, as the process consists of a wide range of factors, such as movement correction, program modification, session design, coaching behaviors, facilities, and etc. For the purpose of this vlog, I will be focusing on my use of augmented feedback in the improvement of acceleration and change of direction skills in a football player I've been working with for a while, focusing on the movement corrections. In terms of the session context, the athlete had no previous experience with change of direction and acceleration drills. He's a professional football player currently playing in the Norwegian 3rd Division. The session itself was a 40-minute session with a focus towards improving his technique. Unfortunately, the session is in Norwegian, so the feedback and demonstrations will therefore only be described. The first exercise was simply some bonding. In order for the athlete to grasp the idea of the exercise, I use a variety of internal and external cues for providing descriptions of the exercise. However, when analyzing the session, I realized the majority of cues, both internal and external, are somewhat complex and they can almost be viewed as neutral. According to Porter and Sims 2013, these are cues more suitable for professional sprinters, while less proficient sprinters or other sport athletes, these might not benefit as much from these cues. After the first repetition is performed, I start providing feedback. I maintain an approach in which combine internal and external cues, in which I stress the focus on driving the knee forward quickly. As stated by Il, Selin, Du, and Thon 2013, feedback can be provided after every trial to improve performance. This 100% frequency rate in instructions and cues has been found to be ineffective in motor learning. However, it is important to acknowledge this might vary between athletes and skill level. Therefore, I need to further evaluate the frequency of my feedback. Also, the timing of my feedback was immediately after the athlete performed his trial. Considering a slight delay in the feedback given by just waiting a few seconds, or at least allowing the athlete to arrive back at the starting position, rather than providing the feedback immediately after the trial, it might be more effective in promoting learning from motor skill performance, according to Lawrence, Kingston, and Gotwell, 2013. Further, looking at the amount of information given both for the instruction at the beginning and during the feedback after the first trial, I provide a lot of information for the athlete considering he is new to this type of activity. I wanted to make sure he understood the movement and therefore gave him multiple cues. Considering the limited short-term memory of the brain and the average of 4 items at a time according to Kuhn 2000, I might have provided the athlete with too much information both before and after the first trial. Further consideration that has been suggested that the internal cues actually take up more working memory. My use of these cues in combination with the number of cues, and also including some external, might place a significant demand on the working memory and therefore cause a decrement in motor learning. Looking at this first exercise, we could see I utilize a combination of internal and external cues, and also some in which are neutral. However, I could benefit from utilizing more external cues to promote motor learning. In terms of the frequency, I give feedback on every trial, which is good, although this could be optimized if I become more patient and give it a few seconds after the trial, i.e., when the athlete is back at the starting position. And finally, limiting the number of cues can improve his motor learning, as I currently provide a high number of total cues, in which a high percentage is internal and therefore demanding on the short-term memory. The next exercise I will use to analyze my coaching behavior was focused on more acceleration and change of direction. First, the athlete performed some jumps before accelerating to the mannequin, stopping, re-accelerating to the next before making a cut. As with the other exercises, I use similar combination of internal and external cues. During both exercises, I use modeling to demonstrate the exercises. This has been acknowledged as the most frequent used strategy by coaches to enhance the performance of the athletes. If utilized correctly, it can be a highly effective strategy. However, when analyzing how I used it both before the trial and after trials, I reflect and question if I used it in an effective manner. As both attention and retention are critical during the phase of modeling, I am unsure whether the athlete was fully focused on the key parts of the movement. As he might have been watching less important parts of the movement, the attention on important areas might have been poor subconsciously. Therefore, in hindsight, I could have asked the athlete questions of key parts of the movement, then ask him to watch on either one or two sites of my movement when demonstrating. I therefore achieve his full attention, then allowing him to practice his single movement in isolation and then creating retention. Considering the athlete will adopt the movement I present to him, I should not be underestimating the value of performing the modeling with quality. As I under both exercises the trials with a very average performance, it is likely the athlete will view this performance as the gold standard. This could be solved by me bringing a laptop or iPad with the gold standard performance of the skill needed to be modeled. As a research has demonstrated live performance and video modeling to be equally effective. Looking at my second exercise, we could see I utilize modeling for both instructions before trials and for feedback after them. However, I was not good enough to make sure the athlete paid full attention to the key parts of the movement, and I might not therefore have used it effectively enough. Also, as the quality of my demonstration was not very good, I might actually benefit from using a video modeling approach through the implementation of an iPad to highlight key areas of attention. In summary, we can see a number of concerns with my current coaching behavior. Even though I utilize some coaching cues appropriate for sprinters, I will need to use more external and appropriate cues for the level of the current athlete. I need to maintain my current frequency of feedback, as that is good. However, I need to be patient when giving it, as it will allow the athlete more break and potentially increased learning. Also, improving my utilization of modeling, potentially implementing video strategies to facilitate a more optimized learning environment might be beneficial. Thank you for watching, and see you at the summer on-site.